This KFC, guys, and we are back in with more reactions. This KMC, y'all. Hey, say we finna check out something on the channel. I should have been on stream a long time ago, but oh well. How y'all doing today? We live. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and copy my live. KMC live. Wait, I'm gonna just hold on. Wait a minute. Let me put some Kiki in it. Hold on. Y'all hop on. I ain't gonna lie, I like looking at myself like on camera. Like I just love looking at myself. If you don't love looking at yourself, something wrong. Like you need help. Alright. Famous TikToker shot dead while recording another TikTok. Oh, that's loud, bro. I can't have music. But I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Nah, that's music. I can't react to that. What do I got on my history? Woman kills her wife live. What? A woman kills her wife live on camera. She said the truth. Alright, let's check this out. Oh, she killed a stud. Woman kills her wife. She killed a stud, y'all. That's crazy. Hey, it's killing happening in all type of relationships. Facts. We finna start this up though. I'm finna record. We finna get into this juicy stuff. Go ahead. Oh. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get my setup situated before I can start. Alright, bet. Woo! Alright. Let me go ahead and hit recording. Move myself up just a little bit. Alright. This KMC, and guys, we back live on YouTube once again. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. That's KMC TV Reacts. That's where I react to music and stuff. But on live, I be going live on KMC TV Reacts. I be going live on that channel, alright? And when I go live, I react to stuff like this. So make sure that y'all subscribe so you do not miss. But look, check this out. We got a woman kills her wife live on camera moments after she said the truth. Hey. True crime documentary. So after she said the truth, hey, it was over with, I guess. So let's go ahead. Let's check this out. Let's get into it.
knew it all along, you son of a bitch. And I'm finna beat your Don't play with me. I seen that in my own eyes. And I'm finna dust ass. And I mean that. And I mean that you been lying, ho. You a liar. And I'm finna beat you now, bitch. Don't ever hang up with her.
I can't do toxic. I can't do the toxic. I can't do the toxic. I can't do it. Oof. Just something hit my spirit. I don't like it.
Yeah. Don't ever hurt. Don't ever hang up my face.
She ain't finna answer me.
She know.
You have reached.
By the evening of November 16, 2022, the unthinkable happened. A woman was found fatally wounded inside her Atlanta home, her youngest child standing only a few feet away. The house she had dreamed of, the life she had built brick by brick, had become the stage for her final moments. This was Keymc Butler, a young mother of 4 who was shot in the face by her wife after Keymc finally told her the harsh truth that she was not ready to hear. Cameras caught the terrifying incident unfolding with the gun in the killer's hands. She had done everything.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you.
Everything right, at least everything she thought she could. Police reports, restraining orders, repeated calls for help. Time after time, she tried to shield herself and her children from danger. But the very system designed to protect her moved too slowly, and in the end...
They always move slow. When do they ever move fast? When do the police ever move fast? When? Can y'all tell me when do they ever move fast? Ever. Do they ever? I think never.
It was too late. But as the police dug deep into the investigation, they discovered that this wasn't just a crime, it was the explosion of years of escalating abuse, ignored warnings, and missed opportunities to intervene. This was the life and death of Keymc Butler.
Yo, she's pretty as hell.
Her tragic end unfolded in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, in the USA. The city pulses with vibrant culture, lush urban parks, colorful street art, historic architecture, and a dynamic mix of long-standing locals, creative souls, and bustling young professionals. But in 2022, the city's beauty was shadowed by a troubling rise in violent crime. Homicides surged to levels not seen in decades, and robberies and car theft became a growing concern, leaving many residents both proud of their city's vibrancy and uneasy about its safety. But Keymc was not always in this city. She had been born elsewhere. Keymc Butler was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. From an early age, she carried a strong sense of independence and determination. Friends described her as magnetic, the kind of person who walked into a room and instantly drew attention with her laughter and warmth. Family called her the glue that held everyone together, the one who could ease tension with a joke or brighten any gathering with her presence. But behind that charisma was also grit. Life didn't hand her anything easily. She became a mother at a young age, and while many might have struggled to balance responsibility with ambition, Keymc thrived. Her 4 children, 3 daughters and 1 son, became her driving force. Everything she pursued, every late-night hustle and early morning sacrifice was for them. By day, she sharpened her skills in finance, working as a registered tax preparer. She knew numbers, she knew systems, and she used that knowledge to provide for others while carving out financial stability for her family. By night, she leaned into her creative passions as a licensed esthetician, building a clientele that trusted her to bring out their best selves. For Keymc, the dual careers weren't just jobs, they were stepping stones to freedom. But even more than work, she dreamed of building something lasting. She wanted her children to have the security she never had, and that vision led her to Atlanta. Moving wasn't easy, but she poured everything into it, eventually buying her dream home, a spacious 5-bedroom house where her children could grow up surrounded by safety, love, and opportunity. That house became her sanctuary. Family gatherings filled it with laughter and life. Birthdays, holidays, and late-night dinners with friends were captured on social media, where she proudly showed just how far she had come. For Cornisha, that home wasn't just square footage. It was proof of her resilience, a legacy she hoped to leave for her children. But behind the smiles and the celebrations, a storm was slowly brewing in the form of a lover. In 2016, Cornisha began a relationship with a woman named Shakia Perkins. At first, it seemed like the kind of love story people dream of. Shakia was attentive, charming, and appeared to give Cornisha.
She had veneers, bro. How you gonna mess up your life over this? She looked it like normal, like she looked real normal, bro. She looked real normal, real good, like teeth all good. You gonna mess your life up to go to the pen? Why do y'all do this?
The support she had long deserved. Within months, they were living together, blending their lives in ways that made everything look picture perfect from the outside. But soon cracks began to show. What started as minor signs of jealousy escalated into control. Shakia questioned her movements, accused her of dishonesty, and grew increasingly possessive. Over time, arguments spiraled into violence. The property was destroyed. Threats became constant. And while Cornisha tried to keep things together for the sake of her family, the relationship grew more toxic with every passing year. Still, she tried to move forward. She filed reports, sought restraining orders, and even distanced herself from Shakia more than once. But each time she pushed back, the retaliation grew worse. Friends noticed her withdrawing from social gatherings. The family noticed the fear in her voice. What once looked like love was now a cage tightening around her. And even as she tried to separate herself, the cycle of abuse refused to end. By late 2021, the violence escalated to shocking new levels. There were police reports from September 2021 describing how Shakia had rammed Cornisha's car on the road, attempting to push her off and then striking her vehicle again. Days later, another report detailed how she forced her way into Cornisha's home, damaging the doorframe in a jealous rage. Later that same month, fire investigators responded to a blaze at Cornisha's home. 2 of her vehicles, including her cherished pink Mercedes-Benz, were destroyed, and flames licked dangerously close to the house itself. Investigators labeled it arson, and suspicion immediately fell on Shakia. Then came the threats.
So they felt, bro. So basically, you saying they didn't think that it was her ex who burnt the cars up. Is that what they're saying?
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Cornisha's home, damaging the doorframe in a jealous rage. Later that same month, fire investigators responded to a blaze at Cornisha's home. 2 of her vehicles, including her cherished pink Mercedes,
2 of her vehicles
were destroyed, and flames licked dangerously close to the house itself. Investigators labeled it arson, and suspicion immediately fell on Shakia. Then came the threats.
Oh, she said it fell on. Okay, I'm getting it now. It fell on her. Okay. So basically, they were saying, we know it's you. Like, we know you the one who then set her ex and set the cars on fire. Okay, I get it.
She received chilling text messages that spelled out precisely what she intended to do. In one, she made a very bold claim. She told Cornisha she would soon be dead and that she didn't care if it landed her in prison.
What? Like, you don't care that it's gonna land you in prison? Who says that? You dress fresh, you got your teeth good, your teeth looking good, you got Nike jumpsuits, like, you got it going on. Like, why you want to go to jail over nothing? That'll never make sense.
In another, she made it clear she was aiming for first degree, not second. These weren't vague outbursts, they were detailed roadmaps of intent. Fires, threats, stalking, each incident was more disturbing than the last. Police intervened multiple times, arrests were made. But time and time again, bond was granted and Shakir returned to the streets. Despite repeated restraining orders and clear patterns of danger, the cycle continued unchecked. Cornisha fought to protect herself, but she was up against more than just one person. She was battling a system that treated escalating abuse as isolated events, rather than pieces of the same terrifying puzzle. 13 times she called for help. 13 times she asked for protection. Each time the response was too slow, too weak, or too temporary. Still, she clung to hope and tried to live her life. She decorated her new home for the holidays, planning to host Thanksgiving with her children for the very first time. She wanted to show them that despite everything, joy could still exist, but the peace she longed for was about to be shattered. On November 16, 2022, danger arrived at her front door. Neighbors later recalled hearing the commotion, but nothing could prepare them for what was happening inside. Cornisha and Shakia were wrapped up in a heated argument. Cornisha was done with the toxic—
Bro, you giving. Look at this picture. Look at this picture, bro. This stud is, you can clearly see she getting to the bag. You letting your money in your bag go? You letting your money? You know how many people want money? You know how many people want to have designer? Like, not saying that it matters, but you know how many people want what you got? And you willing to throw it all away to go to prison, to sit in jail? That's just so stupid to me. That's real stupid.
But Shakia was not going to let go so easily. As emotions got high and heated, something in Shakia snapped and she turned to leave. But the fight was only taking a dangerous turn. Instead of walking away from the argument, camera footage caught her going into her car to retrieve a gun, which she took back in with her. She was determined to end the arguments and fighting once and for all. It did not matter that Cornisha—
That's crazy, like, but bro, I'm telling y'all got some crazy studs out here, bro. Some real crazy studs out here. Y'all gotta be careful. Females gotta be careful because there's some real crazy studs. They just like men. They're crazy. They throw it off. Some of them throw, not all of them, but you got some people that's off, like they gone, like they mind completely gone. They don't care about nothing. They act like they ain't got nothing to lose.
His youngest child was home that day, resting nearby. Shakia raised the gun at Cornisha and made a decision. Moments later, gunshots rang out. When the first 911 call came in just after 6 p.m., dispatchers relayed urgent reports of gunfire inside a home. Within minutes, patrol cars raced down neighborhood streets, sirens echoing against the quiet backdrop of family homes preparing for the holidays. Officers arrived to find a scene no one could forget. The front door stood partially open, and a neighbor was waiting outside, pointing towards the house with fear in their eyes. Inside, the silent—
Chad gonna talk about some, Star gonna talk about some, not too much on the studs though. I'm being for real, like, some of them real crazy. They real toxic. That's the truth.
Was heavy, broken only by the cries of a child. There on the living room floor lay 29-year-old Cornisha Butler, struck multiple times at close range. Blood pooled beneath her, her holiday decorations still glowing in the background, a chilling contrast between life's celebration and her gory death. First responders attempted RPR, but the injuries were catastrophic. Cornisha was pronounced dead on the scene. Her youngest child, only a toddler, was pulled from the house, physically unharmed, but forever changed by what they had witnessed. But the horror didn't stop with what they saw. Detectives immediately noticed signs pointing to a premeditated act. This wasn't a burglary gone wrong or a random attack. This was targeted, intimate, and deeply personal. As investigators canvassed the neighborhood, multiple residents stepped forward. One neighbor described seeing a vehicle circling earlier in the evening, moving slowly, parking for long stretches as if waiting for something. Others said that they had heard voices raised inside the home, followed by the sharp cracks of gunfire. Meanwhile, forensic teams scoured the house. Shell casings were recovered, confirming the weapon used was a 9mm handgun.
Man, my thing is, how They said that they was arguing. She walked in the house like they were. I wouldn't have never. She would never got in my house. Did she break in? That girl, hey, the female, that she should have been armed down. Like she should have some type of gun. You know, you dealing with a crazy female like that. You better have some type of protection. You gotta let them know you're not scared. Shit, for real. Like.
Security cameras from surrounding homes and street corners were pulled for review.
That's just crazy. And she walking out like, where you think you finna go? You finna go to prison. And like she said earlier, she was like, she don't care. You finna go, like, that's, who wanna sit in jail? I know I don't.
Every angle mattered. Every second of footage could reveal the suspect's movements. It didn't take long for the pieces to fall into place. Cornisha's family members quickly confirmed what police already feared, that the likely suspect was her estranged partner, Shakia Perkins. And as investigators dug deeper, a disturbing picture began to emerge. For South Fulton detectives, this was not the first time they had seen Shakia's name attached to reports involving Cornisha. In fact, they discovered a trail of violence stretching back over a year. There were police reports from September 2021 describing how Shakia's violent, obsessive, and controlling behavior towards Cornisha.
She tried to run Cornisha off the road in her car. And this all happened within months of this incident. Also, there was an incident where she set Cornisha's car, she had a Jeep, set her car on fire in the driveway.
But despite all of this, despite restraining orders and repeated arrests, court documents showed that judges had allowed her out on bond. At the time of the murder, she was still facing pending charges for assault, property damage, and arson. Yet she was free to walk the streets. But now they had a prime suspect. Detectives working the scene on November 16 knew immediately who they were looking for. An all-points bulletin was issued for Shakia Perkins. Units spread out across Fulton County, while the homicide team began tracing her digital footprint. Cell phone data quickly became the key. Her device pinged towers near the crime scene that evening, placing her in the area at the exact time of the shooting. Minutes later, the signal traveled across town, stopping at an apartment complex tied to her sister. Then the police made their move. By 10:30 that night, the South Fulton Tactical Unit had the building surrounded. Officers moved quietly, positioning themselves at entry points while negotiators prepared to make contact. The atmosphere was tense. This was an armed suspect who had just demonstrated she was capable of extreme violence. But when the door opened, the reality was far different. Shakia did not fight. She surrendered without resistance, hands raised, her demeanor shifting between sobbing hysteria and chilling calm. Body camera footage later revealed her muttering, fragmented phrases. She mumbled statements that seemed to absolve herself of blame, as if she believed she had no choice. Then, inside her vehicle, parked nearby, investigators found the evidence that tied everything together. A 9mm handgun, the same caliber used in the killing. A notebook with details of Cornisha's daily schedule and routines. And on her phone, a draft message never sent. "It's done now. You can't leave me again." The arrest brought a moment of relief to Cornisha's family and neighbors, but it also brought frustration. Police Chief Keith Meadows later admitted that his officers had done everything within their power, charging Shakia in 4 separate domestic violence cases the year before. But each time, the court granted bond. Each time, she was free to return. The tragedy now stood as an indictment not just of an individual's violent obsession, but of a system that had failed to protect a mother who had done everything she could to seek help. And yet, even as detectives closed the file on their investigation, the real battle was just beginning. The trial would not only expose the brutality of Shakia's actions, but also test whether the justice system could deliver the accountability that Cornisha had been denied in life. The courtroom was packed when the trial of Shakia Perkins began. Journalists, activists, and community members filled the benches, each one aware that this was more than just a murder trial, it was a test of accountability. The prosecution opened with a timeline of violence, laying bare the long trail of abuse that led to November 16. Piece by piece, they mapped out the story of escalation. The car ramming, the forced entry, the arson, the restraining order violations, and finally, the shooting. Every piece of evidence was presented with precision. Forensic experts confirmed that shell casings at the crime scene matched the 9mm recovered from Shakia's car. Cell tower records placed her near Cornicia's home at the time of the killing. And then came the most haunting evidence of all: the text messages where she had promised that one day Cornicia would be dead. But what hit hardest was not the forensic analysis. It was the testimony of those who had lived through the nightmare. Neighbors described hearing arguments, witnessing destruction, and watching Cornicia's fear grow over time. Friends recalled late-night phone calls where she whispered that she didn't feel safe, that she believed one day her partner would carry out the threats. But the most powerful moments came from inside Cornicia's own family. Her children's voices were heard through victim impact statements read aloud by advocates. They spoke of birthdays without their mother, holidays that felt empty, and the silence that replaced her laughter. The jury listened, visibly shaken. Meanwhile, the defense painted a different picture. They described Shakia as a woman spiraling from mental health struggles, arguing that her actions were the result of emotional instability rather than calculated intent. They claimed the shooting was a sudden outburst, not premeditated murder. But the jury was unconvinced. The text messages, the notebook detailing Cornicia's routines, and the eyewitness accounts painted a chilling portrait of intent. After days of testimony and only hours of deliberation, the jury returned with its verdict. It was intense. They found her guilty of first-degree murder, firearm possession during a felony, and cruelty to children for forcing a toddler to witness the crime. The courtroom fell silent as the judge delivered the sentence: life in prison without the possibility of parole. Shakia Perkins would never walk.
Dumb. You just dumb. She just dumb, bro. You're dumb. Look at all that money she got in her hand. I don't know if y'all can see it, but she flashing money. And it looked like she had a little life going for herself. I mean, she dressed nice, she got money, had a nice car. You willing to like give all that up to go to prison to kill somebody? That'll never be in my that just will never just be in my mind. That's not something I ever want to do.
Again. For Cornicia's loved ones, the verdict brought some measure of relief, but not peace. Outside the courthouse, her sister Tarika spoke with quiet strength. She explained that while justice had been served in the legal sense, the true justice, bringing Cornicia back, was something the system could never deliver. Community members echoed her words. Vigils were held throughout South Fulton and Atlanta. Balloons were released into the sky, candles lit in her honor. Social media flooded with tributes, pictures, videos, and stories about her kindness, her determination, and her role as a loving mother of 4. Yet among the tears, there was also anger. Activists pointed out how many times she had begged for help. How many times had she called the police, filed reports, and stood in courtrooms? Each time the danger was minimized. Each time she was left to face her abuser alone. For many, this was not just Cornicia's tragedy. It was a symbol of how the system fails domestic violence victims again and again. When the day of her funeral arrived, the grief was overwhelming. Family, friends, and community members filled the sanctuary to capacity, with even more standing outside. Her casket, adorned with flowers, became a focal point of mourning, but also of strength. Her children, dressed in white, sat in the front row surrounded by relatives who promised to protect them in her absence. The service was filled with both sorrow and celebration. Pastors spoke of her resilience, her dreams, and her unwavering devotion to her children. Friends remembered her laughter, her warmth, her ability to light up a room. But even after the funeral, one question remained. How could this have been prevented? Police Chief Keith Meadows himself.
How can this be prevented? Like, how can this be prevented? The cops not gonna do nothing. I always say this on camera, y'all. They're not gonna do nothing until it's too late. They're not gonna do nothing until you're dead. And then, everybody having conference meetings and all this other stuff. But they're not gonna do nothing.
Admitted that their officers had done everything they could, but the courts released Shakia on bond again and again. The district attorney had opposed that bond, warning she was dangerous, but her release still came. The system saw the warning signs and yet allowed them to be ignored. And so Cornisha's story stands as both a tragedy and a call to action. How many more families must endure this kind of loss before domestic violence is taken as seriously as it should be? How many victims must file police reports only to see their abusers walk free days later? For those of us outside these situations, the call to action is clear. Support victims when they reach out, believe their stories, and demand more from the systems meant to protect them. Because if Cornisha's story teaches us anything, it's that silence and inaction are not neutral.
They go through this every single day. People go through this every single day, bro. Right now somebody getting their head whipped or getting ready to whip out of here. That's just facts. Please stop moving people in your home with your children. It's not a guy. So true, this guy who? Never mind. I'm reading the comments. The other woman in the back just laughing is disgusting. Imagine running away from crazy men. Bro, stop doing that. It go both. Somebody in the comments about some. Imagine running away from crazy men ending up with a mad woman. It's both ways. I knew somebody was gonna say that. Well, you shouldn't been over there. She shouldn't been over there with a woman. That's what happened, trying to run away from men. Y'all men doing it too, both ways. Women and men killing. Don't just try to blame it on a woman. Don't just try to blame it on a man. Both people doing the same thing. I hate when they do that. Somebody talking about in the comments, imagine running away from men ending up with a mad woman. That's both ways. She might have to learn that when she come back, all she needed was God and her kids and she was good. Man, shut up. I hate when people do that. Like, I knew somebody was gonna be like, well, she should have been with a man. Should have been a woman. Like, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Wasn't. It wasn't. It ended up how it ended up. Shit. Make sure y'all stay tuned for more videos. And anything y'all want to see on the channel, comment down below. Other than that, we're gonna be back in with more reactions. Alright, y'all. Oh, God, people be irritating me. What else next? What y'all want to see? Y'all gotta start commenting in the chat what y'all want to see. I watch what I want to watch, and then I watch what y'all want me to watch. Cheating with her brother. Cheating with her brother. Huh. Sorry. Let me see.
Lavandis lives with his...
Is my girlfriend sleeping with my... Let's check this out, y'all. Go ahead and do my intro. This Keymc TV Reacts, and guys, we live on YouTube. This Keymc Funny Reacts, but listen, we live on YouTube. This Keymc TV Reacts, this Keymc Funny Reacts. Either way, I got two channels. We live on my main channel though. But listen, we got Is My Girlfriend Sleeping With My Brother. We got a video right, you have it. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos, man. Anything y'all want to see on the channel, make sure y'all comment it. Other than that, make sure I'm recording. Yeah, let's go ahead and check it out.
Brother Shantez, who he calls his best friend. They grew up together and were inseparable. Lavandis and his girlfriend Victoria have been together for about 2 years, and he says she's the love of his life. But now, that love, along with that brotherly bond, are being tested in the most shocking way imaginable. You see, Lavandis believes his girlfriend and his brother have been having sex. Take a look.
Steve, the reason why I'm here today on your show is because I'm not sure if my brother Shantez is having sex with my girlfriend, Victoria. Victoria and I, we are in a serious relationship and we're trying to take things to the next level. So that's the reason why this really means that much to me, because I really want to take her serious. What I like about Victoria the most is she's beautiful, she's got a great personality, she's a caring person, she always cares for others more than she cares for herself. She just got a big heart and I just like her energy.
He's cute.
the way she make me feel, man. So.
Are you overwhelmed by your payday loan debt? Have you taken out multiple loans and struggling to pay them back?
I've been noticing little stuff like around the house, just in general. My little brother, he lived with me. There are times when Shantez and Victoria is like pretty much like alone together when they be in the room. It's a lot of weird eye contact, little weird scenarios taking place. I really don't like it, so I'm really not with that. Now there's 2 incidents that took place. One of the incidents was where
Chat talking about some here I go. Start talking about some here you go. Dang, it's like I can't never win. Like I can't never compliment a man. When I compliment, oh you like, bro, like chill out. I can't never win. If I say something about him, it's bad on my end. If I compliment him, I'm like, bro, give me a break. Like,
actually found my brother's boxers in my laundry basket, and I just kind of found that to be kind of strange. When I went to return my brother's boxers, I end up finding my girlfriend's underwear wedged in between the wall and the headboard, like in that, not the headboard, but the foot of the bed, like in that little sketchy part of the bedroom. I got another incident. I went to stop at this one little spot that I always know Victoria like eating at. And I was trying to call her, trying to really see if she wanted me to get her something to eat. And then, man, she wouldn't even answer the phone, so I just pulled up at the house, man, and I ain't even get nothing. I was just gonna pick her up and take her. But by the time I get to the house, man, the lights is off in the house, and when I walked in the living room, it smelled like condom smell, like sex. When I confronted Victoria, she was just denying it, made it seem like as though if I was like insecure or something like that, like I didn't have valid reasons to be feeling this type of way or something like that. So when I confronted my brother, pretty much he tried to say, man, my company had just left and, you know, stuff like that. So it's just like, you know, I don't really know what to believe, man. Like, is Victoria really for me or going behind my back with my brother? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, like, if one of my siblings, like, messing with somebody that I'm talking to, like, we can never, ever, ever, ever talk again. Communicate-wise, that's all cut off. Gone. Out the window. Like, we can't be cool no more. No. You can't be my sibling messing with somebody I'm talking to. There's no trust there. I can't never be around you again. Sorry, break it down to you, but I'm not.
My brother ain't never betrayed me. My brother's never did nothing shiesty. My brother ain't never, ever, ever crossed me. If I find out that she did anything with my brother, man, she's for the streets.
He is too.
She's back outside, and I'm done. I'm swapping her out. It's over with.
Victoria, that's your boyfriend on the tape, and he believes that you're sleeping with his brother.
Steve, I'm mad. I'm disappointed. I'm irritated because how the hell you gonna accuse me of sleeping with your brother because you found a pair of panties on the side of the bed? Now, you know damn well, mind you, his brother lives with him, Steve. So, and while I'm there, I'm watching him. Females coming in and out of the house. So while I'm working and stuff, I get a text message from Lavandis. And he's texting me, confronting me about the panties and stuff. So didn't send me a picture, not telling me what color they were or anything. So I'm like, well, maybe you need to ask your brother because you know your brother has plenty of females coming in and out of the house. I'm literally sitting there on the couch, knocking on the door, coming like females just coming in and out. So I'm just like, maybe you need to confront your brother about that or whatever. So boom, he asks his brother denies it or whatever. So we just kind of like get into a confrontation, like, you know, back and forth.
What's up, chat? The insane one, what's up?
Just about it. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm not about to do this with you because I know my innocence. And like, I love this man. You know, we've been together for 2 years. I love this man. I see a future with him. I wouldn't want to mess up our relationship.
It's a very serious relationship.
Exactly, very serious. I see a future with him. House, kids, marriage, all moving to a different state, starting all over. I see the world with him.
This has got to impact your relationship if your boyfriend does believe you're sleeping with his brother. All right, so we're going to meet your boyfriend, Lavandis.
Life is but a dream. is what you make it. Always
guilty.
Donation.
I know what I saw.
I'm irritated.
Man.
Why would you even think? Why would
Man, I
you
know what I
accuse me and
saw.
thinking I would do anything with your brother? That's your brother. I look at him as my brother.
Listen, I know what I saw. I know what I saw. How would your panties end up in his room?
Like I said, your brother be having so
Like, how
many
would
feelings
that-
over at your house. If you were there instead of being on the road 6 months at a time, you would
Well,
know.
I gotta get my money. I'm supposed to, but
so he must drive trucks. He be on the road, so he must he gotta be driving them 18-wheelers.
I really don't get this. Like, how would your panties end up in his room? How did his boxes end up in my room?
How do you even know?
It's just a
How
lot
would
of
you even know
sketchy
that
stuff.
those are my panties?
They look like
I
it.
got thousands of panties.
You do, but it looked like it.
Would your brother do? I mean, that's like the lowest of the low.
Honestly, Steve, I'm just gonna like my brother. I love my brother to death, but he's kind of sketchy guy. Kind of. I'm saying this because he's just real quiet. He's one of them type of guys. I don't really
So
know.
I wonder is they gonna bring his brother? I wonder is they gonna bring his brother on the show? Let's see what this.
It's mine. Something could blow up. Something could happen major, and you would never know it because
I mean, I do.
he's so quiet.
I'll say this: where you're on the road a lot, and if she's there, if your brother's an attractive guy, she's a very attractive woman. Stuff happens.
You know what? You need to get some cameras then.
nah.
Maybe you would believe
Listen.
me that you need to get some cameras then for the house then, because I'm not about to go through this with you. I love you. We've been through the most. Like, I see a future with you, and I'm not just about to just have one person just something and lying about. Like, I'm not just about to go through that. I'm not.
Did you ever ask your brother?
Like I said, I know what I saw.
Did you confront your
until
brother?
I know more, yes, I did confront my
And what
brother.
did he say?
And so when I confronted my brother, basically his response was, making it seem like I was insecure or, bro, why would I do that? I ain't never did nothing.
Dang, bro, my stream just got interrupted. Hold on, y'all.